So, let's talk about a simple, tiny workflow change that could genuinely fix one of the most broken parts of our digital lives. Seriously. It's a small shift with a massive, massive impact, and it all starts by getting real about the trap we're all stuck in. Does this sound familiar? I bet it does. That constant buzz from your phone, the never-ending flood of emails, that screen full of open tabs. Each one is like a little promise of something you have to do. It's that feeling of being completely overwhelmed, right? Pulled in a million different directions all at once. The idea we're digging into here calls us modern-day Sisyphus. You know, from the myth. We're always pushing this huge boulder of to-dos up a massive hill of digital distractions. And you know the most frustrating part? The very methods we're using, the ones we were taught, they aren't just failing, they're often the reason the boulder rolls right back down on top of us. Okay, think about the last time you tried to get a bunch of people to commit to something. A webinar, a big meeting, any kind of event. You probably spent hours, right? Crafting that perfect email. The subject line was a masterpiece, the copy was amazing, the call to action was super clear, you hit send and you just hope for the best. But then, what really happened? Well, more often than not, that beautiful message you sent was basically broadcast but never really received. So now we're going to break down exactly why that old school email-first approach is just fundamentally broken. It's like we're just shouting into a digital void. Get ready for this number. 300 billion. That's how many emails get sent every single day. So your perfectly crafted message, it's not just competing for a little attention. It's a single drop of water in an actual digital ocean. Trying to stand out isn't just difficult. It's pretty much statistically impossible. And what does that look like in the real world? Well, it looks like a pretty brutal 2.5% conversion rate. Let's just flip that around for a second. That means for every 100 people you tried to reach, 97 of them just didn't make it. That's 97.5% of your time and your effort just disappearing into thin air. And here is the absolute heart of the problem. We are using the wrong tool for the job. Your email inbox was never, ever designed to manage your time. That's your most valuable resource. Instead, it's just this chaotic public square where everyone is yelling at once and your important request is buried between a pizza coupon and a newsletter you're never going to read. But what if there was a better way? A much better way. This is where things get good. We pivot from the problem to the solution. And it's such a simple, almost ridiculously obvious idea that it feels revolutionary in the face of all this chaos. And it's just this. Invite first. Just think for a second about that old way, the one with the 97.5% failure rate. It's a total digital obstacle course. You're asking someone to read an email, then click a link, then fill out a form, then go find a time that works. Every single step is another doorway for them to just give up and walk away. This solution is to just bypass that whole obstacle course entirely. Forget the email. Instead, you send one thing, and you send it first, the calendar invite. That's it. It completely short-circuits the whole process. It is so simple, it honestly feels like a cheat code for productivity. And this right here is the key difference. A generic add to calendar link, that's just a passive little file. It's a note. You're hoping they save it. But a direct calendar invite is a whole different beast. It's an active commitment. It creates a real connection, it asks for an RSVP, and it builds accountability right from the start. It's the difference between just hoping and actually having a plan. So the new mantra is super simple. Get it on the calendar. Because when you do that, you're not just scheduling a meeting. No, you are creating a real commitment. A calendar invite is so much more than just a block of time. It's this living, breathing tool that manages the entire life cycle of that commitment for you. See, the invite works for you at every single stage. Before the event, it's like your personal assistant, automatically sending out reminders. During the event, it's the central hub for everything. All the links, all the documents, no more digging through old emails. And then, after it's over, it becomes a permanent record for all your notes and follow-ups so you never lose that momentum. So what happens when you actually make this shift? Well, it's way more than just changing a tactic. It's a fundamental shift in your entire mindset. You stop broadcasting information out into the void and you start actively, intentionally connecting with people. And the results? They are immediate and they are profound. Your show-up rates, they're going to skyrocket because that commitment is locked in right from the beginning. You stop wasting all that time chasing people down and sending manual reminders because the calendar system does all of that for you.
Your energy goes into the event itself, not the tedious logistics.
I absolutely love this quote. It reframes the calendar not as some simple scheduling tool, but as something way more powerful. It's a way to show respect. Sending that invite first is a simple, powerful way of saying, hey, your time matters to me, and I'm going to take good care of it.
And that brings us right back to the beginning. Remember that feeling of drowning in that digital ocean? Well, by making this one tiny change, by choosing to connect instead of just broadcast, you're not just treading water anymore. You are back in control. The clock is finally working for you, not against you.
So this all leaves us with one pretty fundamental question. I want you to think about how you ask for other people's time. Are you just broadcasting, just adding to all the noise and hoping someone out there hears you? Or are you truly connecting, creating a direct, respectful commitment from the very first move? Because that choice, it's going to change everything.